Welcome again to another episode of the Sealess Villains Podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. I'm your host, AJ, and we've got the full gang in studio tonight.
Woo!
We got Red, Luke, and the missing member, E-Man, is back in the house.
Emotional damage.
What's up, everyone? Dude, I miss you guys. I see Luke and I see Red. I see AJ be like Romper Room, like, oh my gosh, and I see so and so and so.
Romper Room. Oh my I think Romper Room was a only NorCal only show, right?
No. So check this out. Like Romper Room was actually nationwide. I was talking to some of the other guys like in other channels, and there was a group of us, and I was like, dude, this is like Romper Room. Did you guys have Romper Room? Like, I don't know if this is just a Bay Area thing. And people were like, oh shit, yeah, we brought up Romper Room. We started talking about it. So it was actually nationally syndicated.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was just NorCal.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was just. I thought it was like. I honestly thought it was just Bay Area. Like Humphrey and that other. No, dude, that shit was syndicated, man. That was a national thing. So a lot of people were like, "Oh shit, Romper Room? Like, what the fuck? Do you know Romper Room?" It's classic.
It was based out of the Bay Area. That's what the basis of what was it? Robin Williams, character in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Which character?
I don't remember.
Which character? Mrs. Doubtfire or like the other ones that he was portraying?
Like the dad, he was like a part of production crew for a Bay Area kids show.
Oh, like the background story.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, okay.
So check this out. Romper Room is an American children's television series that was franchised and syndicated from 1953 to 1994. Syndicated meaning that it was all across the nation. That's such a trip. Like people in freaking North Dakota are supposed to know like who like Humphrey is and all those other characters.
How do you even remember those characters? I don't even remember those characters.
To be perfectly honest with you, it's because like I've seen some people posting Humphrey and the horse like on Instagram recently. That's why I remembered. I was like, oh shit, I remember these guys.
Right? Humphrey's the monkey.
No, Humphrey was that weird looking old looking dog, the gray one with the fedora hat, and he had like that horse character right next to him.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were like mixing it up like Fraggle Rock.
No.
Oh man, Fraggle Rock was an amazing show too.
Dude, Red. When I was introduced to Red and his name was, they're like, oh, this is Red. I immediately thought about Red from Romper Room, that one girl with the two red pom poms on. Huh?
Fraggle Rock.
What are we talking about?
Romper Room.
Wait, I thought we brought up Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, you're talking about the girl with the poofy hair.
Yeah.
Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, Fraggle Rock. That's what I'm saying.
You did say Romper Room.
Oh, my bad. Okay, well, I'm talking about Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Red, who know you? Charlie and Humphrey. That was the name of the horse, and I wonder if they're like nationwide too. So I'm getting thrown off that.
Some news that I found out, you can't do that on television. Most of the original film was destroyed.
What?
Yeah. So whatever is on the internet, that's pretty much it. They don't have masters of those videos or whatever.
You can't do that on television. It was one of the awesomest shows on Nickelodeon. Isn't that the show that if you say water would splash, and if you say I don't know, that's when it gets splashed with slime? Yeah. Oh man, that was like one of the original kids skit shows, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of Set was one of the kids.
You can't do that on television. It was oh shoot, I didn't know it was a Canadian comedy series.
You couldn't tell by their accents. You didn't know what you're talking about.
Well, I couldn't I didn't. That wasn't a thing to me back then. I was just watching a TV show. Oh, dude, this is so dope. I didn't even know that it was Canadian. But yeah, man, even to this day, slime and Nickelodeon is like the staple. And I know it came from you can't do that on television.
Because of that show.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I've always wanted to know what that shit tasted like. There are times where it looked more watery, and there are times where it looked more clumpy, and there are times where it looked a little bit more slimy. I've always wanted to know what it tasted like. I don't know why. It was really weird.
Slime on You Can't Do That on Television was actually oatmeal dyed green. Mm-hmm. And then when they got down to Double Dare, then they had to use actual slime.
Oh god!
Actual slime then? What is actual slime?
Like one of the Natolian fluids is more like cornstarch and water.
Well, isn't it funny? Kids it's all about slime nowadays. So like with Eris and Mia and a lot of the girls, some of the kids now. I don't know with you, Luke, but like kids are all about slime now, and I'm like, what the shit? Like, why? And they make it themselves now. It's like borax and like a bunch of different cleaning products. Not meth. Let me say that again. It's not. I know we're talking cleaning products, but it's not meth. But they'll put a bunch of different cleaning products together, and it turns into slime. And like all the kids actually use, they'll put like food coloring in it, and it's like, what the hell? Like I spent $6 on this one. It's like, how did you make it? So
did you know that Mark Summers is he's a germaphobe, and filming Double Dare was like a nightmare for him?
No.
Yeah, he's a
Really?
clean freak, like to the point of like Howie Mandel.
That's
So
I've heard about that. I've
Yeah,
heard
so-
about him. being a
I did
germaphobe.
hear that too.
So like there's episodes when like Mark Summers would get thrown into like the pool of slime, and he would
Mhm.
laugh it off while he's being recorded, but deep down he was like in
He was
utter like
screaming.
yeah
He was screaming
pain
like
and agony, yeah.
inside. What the fuck? Get me out of this right now! Oh, this is great. Oh, we'll be right back. Get the shit off me. I can
Hey,
only
Miss
imagine.
So,
Well, did he get PTSD from all that being thrown into the pool of slime, or
no, I mean he probably got at that time got paid a lot of money, so he's probably like just sucking it up. Take like these hot showers and then go back to his nice little home that
I can't. Yeah.
Nickelodeon paid for.
well, it's Mark Summers and JD Roth. JD Roth who did what was that other show?
Who's JD Roth? The
Who's
video
JD
game guy?
Roth?
He was
Is he
another
the-
kid show gaming dude.
The one that where like you have to like touch things.
Funhouse.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. Well, what show was he? Was he the one? The Funhouse? Yeah, that's what you said, right? Funhouse.
Yeah.
That's the
right.
Was that the interactive video game thing or no?
No, that
No.
was Nickelodeon. That was a Nickelodeon show as well.
Yeah,
That was
it's
somebody else.
yeah. They'll have like all these like Funhouse type obstacles that people have to go through, like through punching bags and stuff like that.
I see.
Uh,
Speaking of slime, do you guys watch any of the football games that were on Nickelodeon?
Oh no, I don't know. I had to watch the real stuff.
I did.
Okay.
I watched them.
I like that idea, so that way it gets kids involved into to watching sports. Like I'm okay. I'm very
My
much
daughter
okay
sat
with
with
that.
me actually for
Did,
5 minutes.
Watching the
long as she's-
Nickelodeon version?
as long
Which
as she
is
sat
4
down with
minutes
you.
and 59 seconds longer than she normally does.
Oh,
Because they had
slime.
SpongeBob at the goalpost. I forgot what other stuff they had on that. And then they had the kids actually interviewing the football players at
Yeah.
that game.
I thought it was cute. It was cool.
Yeah.
A little pop culture news. It looks like Drake unfollowed Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. If you guys care about hip hop, Drake is heartbroken that Rihanna's pregnant.
Well, that's his fault.
It's Drake's baby.
I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Rihanna's pregnant. Who's the dad? Ooh, now comics. That's all. That's all I want to talk about. And now Grogu. You know. Fuck.
Nope.
Yes,
Nope.
Eritu Malagi is here. Yoo-hoo, Vor Red. Get the fuck out of here. Get him out.
I don't know who's Arrow to Malagi.
No. This is a fucking Russian bot. Fuck him. Get him the fuck
Oh.
out of here. Yeah, those Russian bots show up and they're just like, oh look, it's a live stream. Let me go ahead and plug this. And it's like, get the fuck. It's like getting those texts from like random people. You know, like go to this website. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and choose. Oh, get him out of here.
But yeah, we're gonna get a great Drake album, I think, from this. Let's hope, right?
So let me guess. So this is going to be another Drake album where he sings and raps about being sad. Is that
Yes.
what's going to happen? Okay.
It's gonna be all kinds of hits.
Classic fucking Drake. I can't.
Hey, nothing but the best stuff from the guy from Degrassi.
I'm glad you do. All the power to you, Miss So. I'm glad you love her. I just don't care the fact that she's pregnant. Like It's just too much. There's just too much in the world for us to care about who the baby daddy is. Herbs.
I get all my drink news here. There you go, Herbs.
What's up, Herbs, man? Good to see you, homie.
Let's see here. All right, well, let's get into some comic news because E-Man is trying to.
Yeah, let's
What's my
hear his
vibe
rant
up?
on Batman first. He's been like talking about it for a couple of weeks on the text line.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you little rant about Batman, about so many titles, and
Okay, all right. So there's another Batman book that's coming out. What is it? What is it called? Hold on, the shit. You put me on the spot. I don't even remember. But this is my issue right now, and this is something that I just want to say. And I'm pretty sure it's been said already. I'm getting sick and tired of DC just pushing out nothing but different stories of Batman. I'm seeing different storylines of Batman. Batman's not on, Batman's in Europe right now. International Batman, Batman Inc. Like, it's DC is more than just Batman, and I need DC, and they've been doing good. I know they've been doing good because there's a huge fan base out there, and I hear nothing but great things about it, and I love it. But why can't they do these other world type stories with other characters in the DC universe? I know we have the DC Black Label, we got the Swamp Thing recently, right? But why can't you do that with, just other characters, like the Dark Knighted series book that's kind of like medieval Batman. Look, Batman is a cool character, yes, I get it, but come on, DC, there's more to DC than just Batman. Why don't they do the same thing with Superman? Why can't we get like otherworldly stories of Superman doing other shit? Superman's an alien. He can go to other planets. Why don't we see adventures of Superman trying to save another planet, being like, hey, look, this planet needs me at the moment. We have the Justice League here. They can protect Earth. Let me go to, planet XY94 and help them out. I want to be able to see. I want DC to treat other characters the same way that they're treating their Batman. Give them other stories the way Batman's getting it. Give us otherworldly stories like Batman is. Don't just push Batman, because honestly, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing a new Batman book on the shelf, and I'm sick of just all of it. I'm sure some of it is good, but I also am willing to try something new. I need a new variety here. So DC, do some of the fans a favor and give the same kind of love that you're showing Batman to your other characters, because they need to.
All right. I'm gonna have to cut you off now. I'm gonna tell you why I'm cutting you off, because it's not DC's fault. It's readers' fault. They're the ones who are buying the books. They see the sales. So if you want more people to buy non-Batman books, you gotta tell people out there that there's more to DC than just Batman.
I just did.
No, you told DC to stop making Batman books, but that's their sales.
Okay, sure. You're okay. Maybe you might be right. Okay, readers, then AJ is blaming you guys. Stop fucking buying Batman and start buying other shit outside of Batman, so that way DC can create other worlds. There.
Exactly. That's what you should be ranting about.
There.
Not about DC writing more Batman books, because they see the sales numbers. They see that that's what people buy. I am in agreement. There's way too many Batman books, but I only buy the main title.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to read all those other Batman books.
Batman Who Laughs and Robin King were both Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Their new characters are Batman.
That was like their answer to like Gwen Stacy, right? Where it was like,
We have a new character. It's Batman.
yeah. It's yeah. I'm just getting sick of. I'm just getting sick of it. I picked up the Swamp Thing not too long ago. The Rise from Hell, the black label one, the Prestige. Okay, cool. It's Jeff Lemire who wrote it. Cool. I went ahead and read it. Cool. I like the fact that DC showing other characters love. That just stop with the fucking Batman.
DC.
Please.
I will say this right now. DC is in whatever front Jim Lee because Jim Lee puts on a great front, but they are in major turmoil right now. Major turmoil.
that's just because of the parent company, which is AT&T.
They have no stability. It's their staff. You know, they fired half their staff. They just lost their main sales guy. It's
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, like they have a lot of great titles out right now. I mean, like anything that Tom Taylor's touching, right? It's gold. Like the Nightwing is on hit. What else is good? Like even I think even people are saying like the Superman Son of Kal-El is doing good, and the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Like those are stories that I actually want to go back and read. But I want to see. I want to see Supergirl treated the same way as Batman is. You know,
they canceled.
I think the Kal-El book's doing bad actually, but I don't mind the story. I like the story, but I think in terms of numbers, it's the lowest Superman title ever.
Because it's woke.
They canceled the newest Wonder Woman series, and I heard nothing but great things about it, and people weren't buying it. That's
is great. All right, I have like the first 4 issues. I thought it was pretty good. It was a good read. I want to know more about Yara Flor, to be honest with you.
So I mean, it's not that. You know, they're trying to do whatever they can as far as other titles, but people aren't just buying them, right?
Yeah, the crowd is fickle.
I'm just so confused. I'm still so confused with the woke thing. Like, I just don't get it. Like, there's been like plenty of controversial topics in comics. Like, I don't get why people are mad about it. Like, it's not real.
It's not real. Plus,
it's a story. It's just a story.
Right.
You ever since the 1900s.
They're fictional characters. Like, fictional characters.
This is just the writer you know what I mean? Wanting to explore some new topics and some new things, and he's gonna make one of my sons gay. Like, dude, my sister's gay. Like, well, you all have gay family members. Like, who cares?
I just don't like how there was no. I just don't like how it's all of a sudden. You know, like all of a sudden Iceman's gay. All of a sudden Superman, you know, Jonathan Kent is gay. Just all of a sudden, you know, Dick Grayson's bi. I understand that they're trying to reach out to a certain. Or no, who was it? It was
Tim Drake.
Tim Drake, my bad. Like all of a sudden that they were, you know, I mean, like we talked about this topic a lot, but I don't think it was approached correctly, and I think there was a better tactical way to be able to bring stuff like that.
There's no better way having somebody come out. That's their choice is when to come out. You can't really force it upon them. Like, hey, you gay or not? Just say it. Just like the issue in comic books where you can't really choose when it's a good time for them to reveal their true intentions, their true identity. They just have to. They'll present themselves when they're ready. It's like this topic right now, as far as like being in the woke culture of comic books, and I wouldn't be surprised when all these right-wing, guys start pulling comic books off the shelves and start burning those too.
I mean, they kind of already did that with what was that one comic book, Mouse, MAUS. Like it was all controversial. People in Idaho can't read it because it's too controversial.
Oh yeah. Well, controversial. The Bible. You know why? Because it has rape and slavery in there.
This be true.
They're not burning that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's move on to some movie news.
Nice transition.
Great segue. Red, maybe I have to move somewhere
Since
else.
we're talking about diversity or whatever, Dakota Johnson is Madam Web, so there's some diversity. I mean, she's now not some old ass lady right now. She's a young, spry woman.
That was a shock casting.
I don't see anyone complaining about that, right?
That was a shocking casting, and I love it.
I've never seen any of the 50 Shades movies. Was she any good? What other stuff that she was in?
She was in like
50 Shades.
No, she was in this one with Ice Cube where she plays like a producer. That was pretty good. It came out during like the height of lockdown, so it really didn't get a lot of fanfare. But it was on HBO, so I watched it. It was a decent movie. I'm pretty sure she's been in other stuff too. I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at her IMDb. I haven't seen any of the stuff that she started.
Yeah, you know what sucks is that Dakota Johnson is kind of like what's his name? The guy who's playing fucking Batman now.
Oh, sorry, I take that back. I saw her in The Office, so she was pretty good in The Office.
Yeah,
She was in The Office?
Yeah.
it's a trip because she's actually done some solid stuff, but she's only gonna get pinned to 50 Shades, just like how who's playing Batman? What's his name again?
Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson's been pinned to like Twilight, but everyone forgot like actual good movies he's in. And that's the same thing with Dakota Johnson, is that she's made she's a solid performer, not in bed, that's not what I'm talking about, but a solid performer, a solid actress, and her playing something like this, I think is a good thing, because we get to see her range, right? Instead of like seeing her in 50 Shades, but we're actually on a bigger stage, we're gonna be actually see what Dakota Johnson can do outside of 50 Shades. And I think that's good for her.
I really
career.
liked her in that Shia LaBeouf movie.
What? She did a movie, Shia LaBeouf, too?
Ew.
With the wrestler kid, the kid who wanted to be the wrestler. He had Down syndrome, I think.
What?
You guys never saw that movie? It was like peanut butter sandwich or something.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
No.
Peanut butter falcon. Thank you. That was a good movie. That was a really good movie, actually.
It sounds
never
touching
heard of
and
that
sad
movie.
and depressing and
It's not. It's not depressing at all. It's good.
okay.
It's
Is it a
kind
good?
of like Stand By Me, kind of like that.
Oh, okay. So a good uplifting movie.
Yeah, it's a little. There's some dark moments, but it's good. It's overall good.
It's like Rudy.
Rudy.
Okay, I do not know anything about this butter. What is
Peanut
it?
butter falcon.
Oh, I'll have to check
Peanut
it out.
butter
Down syndrome
Falcon.
kid
She
wants
came
to
out.
be a professional wrestler.
Yeah, it came out about 3 years ago. Okay, I see the Down syndrome kid. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's like one of those artsy movies. I don't think that's something that would be on my radar. But if that's a way for us to understand Dakota Johnson, I keep wanting to say Dakota Fanning, Dakota Johnson's work, dude, do it. Like if you want to know who the new Madam Web is, go watch some of her artsy films. You know, that way you know that she's got more range than the chick from 50 Shades, right?
I mean, for all we know, 50 Shades, she was a good actress, though. I mean, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
I've never
Honestly,
seen
I honestly
Only
didn't
read
watch
books,
any.
but never seen
I
movies.
did not watch any of the 50 Shades movies. Like it just wasn't something that was on my radar.
No, but some people like it.
No,
Yeah.
but
Do you think that this movie is going to be any good? This Madam Web movie?
anything Sony produced outside of Marvel, on the fence about. I'm always gonna be wary about anything
Well, you
Sony
gotta
produced.
you got Peter Parker. Where's Peter? I mean, she doesn't really exist outside of the Spider-Verse. What's she doing? Just gonna be her?
I have a feeling it's going to be like a young Madam Web.
Oh, you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be like the Morbius movie
How
Same
so?
universe and timeline.
with just like a side. You know, like Morbius is just like the side Spider-Man villain character. It's gonna do like that type of deal.
Is Morbius a C-list character?
No, he's one of the top villains.
I would
He's the
say
top
B.
Spider-Man.
B.
I don't know about A-list, but he's well known. He
Yeah,
goes through his
Kingpin-
peaks and
Kingpin's
valleys.
Definitely, probably the A-list, but
Okay.
He goes
But,
through
I
his
mean,
peaks and
We'll never
valleys.
get a Morbius versus a Blade movie, right?
You never
That
know,
would be
man.
awesome.
They just opened up the multi. Well, I shouldn't say just, right. It's been in the works for a while now. The multiverse is open. All the possibilities are now on the shelf. Like we just got the Spider-Man movies. You know,
The only thing is we don't know like what Sony and Disney what agreement they have in the near future.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we're already getting 3 more Spider-Man movies co-produced with Marvel Studios, aren't we?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
already
That's- I mean, isn't that-
on the table already.
Isn't that the talks that there's going to be another trilogy? But Tom Holland is like, all right, well, maybe it's time for Miles Morales. But basically, what I'm saying is that anything that's not produced with the help of Marvel Studios, I'm reserved about. I almost don't care, to be honest with you.
I'm kind of with you too.
Yeah. It sucks, but that's how Sony's been pinned right now. Like they're gonna create their own Spider-Verse, the Sony Spider-Verse, and I don't care until I see something solid from them, something on par with like what those superhero movies are supposed to be without the help of Marvel. I just don't. I don't see a future in it.
No.
Yeah, I would like to see Kevin Feige have a hand in the Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I mean that's the talk that they've been right after No Way Home. They said that there was going to be an Amazing Spider-Man 3. So
Yeah, I heard that.
whether or not that comes to fruition, I mean, out of all of them, Andrew Garfield, it's been known that he's the one that's loved playing Spider-Man the most.
It sucks because like Andrew Garfield was a good character. He played the character well. It's just the movies were written terribly. They weren't the best. They did all of that wrong. They did Spider-Man wrong. Yeah. And Andrew Garfield deserves that trilogy. He deserves that final movie.
Third, yeah.
I thought one was good. Two was bad though.
Okay, one was okay. It wasn't bad. Is it rewatchable? Possibly.
Maybe because they're just tired of Origins again. The reboot and then Origin.
Two was fucking horrible. It was just so much going on at one time, and it just didn't make sense.
But I mean,
if they were smart, they would take then Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, make Part 4 the introduction of Miles Morales, and that's in that universe because he's already old. But someone that's to be the heir apparent.
No, I think Miles Morales should be in Holland's.
I do too.
Yeah, just because we already got the introduction with Childish Gambino.
Yeah, well, and did you see Boss? Do you guys know Boss Logic?
Yeah.
He did a post, and he wants the Into the Spider-Verse Miles to swing into the Holland Spider-Verse, like as an animation, and be like, "What the?"
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about that.
Become like a real person, and then
just like Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of deal.
Yeah, this will be like AJ's dream come true. This will be AJ's dream come true of live people talking to cartoons.
No, but then transform like Doctor Strange him into like a real person.
Like,
okay, gotcha.
I'll bring in Spider-Ham as an animated cartoon. That'd be great.
I honestly, I would like to see. I'm with AJ in a sense that I would like to see the animated, the Spider-Verse animated world, at least show up or cameo into like the live action in one way or another. Yeah. Like I've actually thought about that several times since you made mention to that, AJ, and I'm like, that actually would be cool. It's possible now. Like I would love to see that.
Going back to Amazing Spider-Man, like, 2 was bad, but when you really think about it, like, it's not like Spider-Man 3 was pretty bad too.
Well, that's when everything went down to shit, where the two co-stars broke up in real life, and they couldn't have that chemistry anymore. And then the director was like, Sony was pushing to do this kind of storyline, but it didn't. There's a lot of
it's always gonna fall back to Sony to me. It's always gonna fall back to Sony. It's always gonna fall back to WB. It's the studios. It's once they just let the team create without the studios stepping in, that's when the movies succeed.
Yeah,
and I mean, like the Tom Holland movies, sans No Way Home, they were good, but not memorable in my eyes.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Tom Holland Spider-Man movies 1 and 2 were good but not memorable. They're like
I'll give you 2.
Guardians.
Okay. Yeah,
wait, what?
I'll give you 2. Yeah,
I'll give you 2.
Yeah,
2 was not. I mean, Far From Home was good, but yeah, I didn't like the way
you can. If you watch an MCU marathon, you can definitely skip that movie. Like that's one of the movies that are totally skippable.
Like a filler.
Yeah,
story.
like
if you take up the space between Endgame and then the transition into Phase 4.
Yeah, like you can totally skip that movie after Endgame and just go straight to the TV shows. Yeah, and it just wouldn't matter.
Because they just needed to close out the Tony Stark storyline with him being, being all sad about his dad, so he had to go to Europe for for the rest of the story.
Yeah. Well, speaking of TV shows, let's go on to our main topic. Book of Boba Fett, Episode 6. Grogu a Jedi.
Padawan.
Padawan. Oh, yeah, Padawan. I'll change it. I'll rename it to Padawan.
Padawan.
Oh, look at him. All right. So Red, go ahead. You can go ahead and leave. Just leave Grogu right there. Oh my god, I love that thing so much. That thing is awesome. That thing is freaking awesome.
Go to Costco. They're on sale like $45.
Dude, what the fuck? Weren't they when they came out? Weren't they like $20?
No, they came out like 60.
Oh jeez. Oh, so cute. I absolutely love how the last 2 episodes of Boba Fett were some of the best Mandalorian episodes ever.
I know.
Man, that was a great introduction to season 3. I'm telling you.
Well, this went with kind of the A-B type thing. Boba Fett. One, I think they kind of maybe were doing that.
What was that, Luke?
Flip-flopping between a Book of Boba Fett and a Mandalorian episode. I don't know why they just didn't say that though. Like, and now a completely unexpected Mandalorian season 3 episode 1. Like we would have all fucking lost our minds.
Yeah, and they probably had to. They wanted to run it together in conjunction with each show, but because of the filming schedule, that they only could do those 2 episodes for Mandalorian. That way, it could make sense with Book of Boba Fett storyline, right?
Oh, totally.
That synergy that they wanted to do, but it just didn't work out that way, especially with COVID. Because it mostly, revolved around Mandalorian, and then the third or 1/3 of the last episode was revolved around Ahsoka and Luke. So maybe we're getting introduced to that Ahsoka series through that show too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We this is the 3rd time or 4th time we've seen Ahsoka now, or no, 2nd time, right?
I don't get
2nd or 3rd.
So does Ahsoka's whatever her race is, do they age slower than like humans?
So I read up on something like this on Reddit recently, and Ahsoka was supposed to be like 12 or 13, while Anakin was like 16, 17. So it really was kind of strange. However, they did make mention that people who are force sensitive can age slower.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really weird to see Ahsoka looking like she might be in her, looking good in her 40s, standing next to like a late 20s, early 30s Luke when she was there from the get-go with Anakin.
His dad.
Yeah. They age differently. Her race age is probably slower.
Yeah.
So
guy who was there at the fall of the Jedi Temple, still in his little egg.
I was surprised by that too. I was like, oh damn, this guy's like 70 years old now, or whatever, 40 years old or 50 years old.
Yeah. So by the time the Kylo Ren era happens, he's probably still a toddler.
Yeah.
I don't know about toddler, maybe like talking at least, right? Talking like a kid, I would think.
Well, whatchamacallit? The Force Awakens, right? That was held 30 years. Isn't that supposed to be 30 years after Return of the Jedi?
It has to be, because I mean, Leia and Han are like 30 years older, so
right.
They can't make them any younger.
How much time is Force Awakens?
But yeah, I would think if Grogu's alive, which I'm assuming he is, he's like a kid still, but at least talking by now, I would hope.
Yeah, and Luke was right about the gift from Mando, which was that suit of armor being gifted to him. But then Luke pulls the asshole move where it says, "Hey, you either got to choose your gift from Din Djarin or this lightsaber from Yoda." and this is how we'll continue this. You either break off with me and go to your friend, or continue your training.
It was very Shogun, like old school Japanese movie-ish, right? Where the Shogun, or not the Shogun, but like the Japanese samurai warriors, like, well, look, child, like, choose your fate. Unfortunately, like, if I bring you with me because your mom's dead, you're going to be a burden on me. However, I'm not going to take the choice away from you. So choose either the sword or choose your mom's dead head or something like that. And that's how I felt like this episode was. Is like, choose the sword and you join me. Choose the ball, you join your mother in death. That's how I felt like with that episode. It had those vibes to me right there.
Well, we had
that scene.
Kind of cultures. It started out with a gunfight at OK Corral with what's his name's character with can't remember his name. The Marshal. Yeah, the Marshal. Yeah. So
I hope he's not dead. I hope
they're not going to kill him.
Yeah, no, he's not.
They're not killing off Timothy Oliphant. No,
he got shot in the shoulder. He's fine. He'll come back around.
If anything, if he was dead, then they would have had a focus on his face.
They would have had a definitive.
They had a full death scene.
Cad Bane was perfect. Cad Bane gave me a nerd erection 5 feet high.
Oh my! Tell me more about this erection there, Luke.
And it was like, I was just like, what is happening?
And you know what's a trip is that I think last week I started seeing posts, people like were throwing it out right there that Darth Maul #2, his first cover appearance. Everyone's like, yeah, y'all better start stacking up on this. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I see this episode. I'm like, who's this dude? And then I looked it up. It's like, oh fuck, this is this guy right here.
Well, guys have been asking me for the past 3 weeks, like, hey, can I get a Cad Bane? Can I get a Cad Bane? I'm like, yeah, I gotta pull him first. I haven't pulled him. I'm kind of glad I didn't sell it yet.
You're like, yes, and now I can. I don't mind selling it to you.
Madam Web books either.
Oh yeah, Madam Web books. Yeah.
So okay, I don't know Cad Bane. Can somebody explain to me who this character was? Because honestly, when I saw this guy and then I heard his voice and then I saw his CGI, I was like, dude, this character was constructed for this TV show very well. Like, his mouth moved in a very creepy, eerie way. His voice was very sinister. Like, he was very convincing to me as a villain. I really enjoyed the short amount of time that I got to see Cad Bane. Can someone explain to me who the hell this guy is, and are we going to get a lot more of him in the future?
Well, that's Filoni's creation.
From Star Wars Rebels.
So he's another bounty hunter working with
the Syndicate.
Not the Syndicate, but the Empire pre New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I think it was mostly involved with Ahsoka, and who are the other bounty hunters? Ezra. The other
wait, they were bounty hunters. Like, I didn't watch Rebels. Was Ezra and Ahsoka, they were bounty hunters at one time?
No, they weren't bounty hunters, but they teamed up as the bounty hunters, which was also Sabine Wren and.
Oh, okay.
Who's Katie Sackhoff's character again?
Fuck, what's her name?
Yeah, her. But yeah, I think you also seen him on Bad Batch. There was one episode with Cad Bane on there as well.
Bo-Katan.
That's it. Yeah.
Bo-Katan.
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm not a fan of Cad Bane, but it was cool to see him on there. Like, I never really dug him in the animated shows, but it was cool to see him in the live action episode.
Like I said, like I liked how realistic his character looked to me. Like his whether it's puppeteering or whether it was CGI, he looked good. Luke's CGI was great. However, the lips were moving a little bit weird. I understand that the whole de-aging thing's still brand new technology. But they did way the fuck better with Luke this time than they did the last time.
Yeah, plus nice little throwback with Grogu in the backpack and then having
yeah.
Well, it was way better than that last episode of Mandalorian. Way better.
Yeah. No, like, don't get me wrong. Like, the last episode of Mandalorian was fantastic. I loved everything minus the CGI that it took to make him look the way it did. Other than the aesthetics, dude, that last episode was fantastic. I loved it.
Watching this last episode, to me, it looked like they tried more so to get an actor that looked like Luke, because there are certain shots where it really didn't look like Luke at all.
Yeah, I think so.
So I read that there was a body actor,
body double, and then the stunt actor,
and then the stunt actor, and then it was Mark Hamill's face de-aged, and it was his voice. So he did play Luke again, but he wasn't the body. It was his face, but he wasn't the body.
And that was his current voice, maybe just audio tweaked.
That's what they said. Yeah, they had to audio tweak it so that it sounded more. They said that it was synthesized. Now, all of this was more speculation from what I read, but it was based off of what happened the last time they did this. They had to synthesize his voice slightly to make him sound more like a 28-year-old Luke rather than the old Luke.
Yeah, there was some auto tune in there for sure.
I think I'm just gonna put this out there. I don't really think there's because that was the last episode, right? Book of Boba Fett.
No, there's one more.
Oh, one more. Okay.
Yeah.
If I had to put money on it, and we could take a poll here, and chat, please chat in. What did Grogu pick?
He picked Mando.
He picked Mando. He's too young, and he relies too much on the nurturing of someone and the protection of someone. He's too young to be trained as a Jedi mentally, not physically.
Well, Luke did choose his friends over training during the Empire Strikes Back, right? And would that be a parallel to what Grogu would have done?
Yeah, it could be that, and I also feel as though the way that they have to, he's not going to be a Jedi because he's never mentioned in the last trilogy. So,
but does it matter? He could have gone in his own direction.
If he was an actual Jedi, he would have. It would not make any sense that he's not somehow, in this last war or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's right. Because Luke was the last Jedi until Rey. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So he's definitely going to choose Mando. Mando's definitely going to take on Grogu. And Grogu's going to roam the universe like Ahsoka, in a sense that it's a character who's Force sensitive but not Jedi. Force sensitive, Jedi trained, but not Jedi completed, I guess, right?
Yeah, and what could happen is if they ever go back to Jedi movies, they could go thousands of years or hundreds of years into the future where Grogu has learned to use the Force, but not constricted in the teachings of the Jedi way.
I mean, that's possible. Or what if Grogu's the first? What if Grogu's the first gray Jedi?
That's essentially what I'm thinking, because it's pretty much shown. It's pretty much a given that the Jedi way of teaching doesn't make sense, because this whole you can't have family or you have to give up everything. Yeah,
it's like being a Catholic priest where you can't get married or
you're a monk.
Yeah. And
it's
unnatural.
Anakin did all that stuff. It's kind of still stuck around with the Jedi. He had a wife, and he had relations. He had attachment. Dressed differently from the Jedi, and maybe explains why he wasn't a master, but he was still a Jedi.
And it also explains because he didn't like the Jedi rules, and it's probably why he also rebelled against it, right? If you gave him a little more, you can have a family, you can have loved ones, you don't have to give up all feelings, but you have to have a balance with that and the Force. That would be a more rounded Jedi, like Ahsoka.
Totally.
And that's the problem with the Jedi, right? Is because there's rules. There's rules that you have to follow, and if you don't follow them, you're not a Jedi. Even though you may have been trained as one, you may be force sensitive, you may have Jedi type powers, but your title will never be Jedi or Jedi Master. But that's only through training. You can still be as powerful as a Jedi. You can still go toe to toe with a Jedi and not be a Jedi.
Yeah, look at Grievous.
Well, he's kind of a special case, though, isn't he?
Yeah, was Grievous a Jedi? I don't think he was a Jedi.
He had no
was a
force
Jedi.
power. He wasn't a Sith, but he was an android that had lightsaber skills.
But he wasn't force sensitive.
He was not.
He? Yeah, so you can't hear that. Yeah. So we're talking about force sensitive people or force sensitive beings, right? Yeah,
his midi-chlorian count wasn't high.
Fuck. That term I hate so much. I hate that midi-chlorian term so fucking much. Oh man.
But yeah. I mean, what would you guys grade this latest episode? Luke?
I actually watched it twice yesterday.
What?
And I haven't watched an episode twice in a long time. I would give it a 9.6.
Why not a 9.8? Just curious if you watched it twice.
Some of the elements on that planet, on Luke's planet, were I wish were fleshed out a little more. And where did all those ant droids go when they were done?
Okay, great. Okay, good. I'm not the only one that calls them ant droids. Okay, thank you.
Is that the same planet that we see in the third trilogy, or no?
No,
That's what I'm. It's not. That's what I'm assuming, because that looks like the new Jedi temple that he was reconstructing, the one that Kylo burnt down. That's what I was thinking.
No, that one's on the hill, on the cliff somewhere. So
No. That's where he stayed, was on the cliff. But where he was doing his training, where he was training Kylo. Yeah, that's the new Jedi temple. That's the one that he put together. That's what I was under the assumption of.
Okay. So when he goes and lives off as a hermit, that's a different location then, right?
Yeah. That's when he left everything behind and says, fuck, let me just die in peace. I hated that about it. I hated that about that Luke. Like that my Luke would have fucking fought, but no, that was a pussy ass dude.
Red, what about you? What grade are you giving it?
I'm right now no grade, because I'm still curious on.
No grade. Wow.
Because I'm still curious on how Grogu survives that attack on the Jedi Temple, and what happened between then and being held prisoner by Moff Gideon. Like, where's the rest of that story, right? Like, how was he stored away somewhere because the egg closed, and then the stormtroopers had stored him away, and then suddenly they just found him in the store somewhere, still alive, still hanging out.
There's definitely a lot of story behind that right there, but I think we're gonna find that out later on. I mean, Luke kind of unlocked his memory a little bit, right? So we kind of got an idea as to what he was able to see during, Order 66. That was obviously Order 66, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get a little bit more backstory right there. But until then, I think we just have to suspend that imagination and just run with the flow for now.
Okay, so would that kind of go back and forth between the Ahsoka series and the Mandalorian series, or the only way to unlock those memories is through a Jedi, putting his palm on Grogu, right?
I feel like Grogu's
he could remember it like over time, like over time as he gets older, and whatever trauma that he had, he'll be able to heal from it, and they may have like small little flashbacks here and there.
Yeah, because he does seem like I have a lot of PTSD, and it's really not living up to his potential as far as being a Padawan.
I feel like the character of Grogu is gonna be like Bruce Banner and Hulk in the MCU, where they're a major character, but and we're getting bits and pieces of their history and of their character throughout the series, but they're not going to have their own movie, right? And the same thing's going to happen with Grogu, where we're going to get bits and pieces of his history throughout The Mandalorian. Of course, we got it through Boba Fett. We might get it through Ahsoka. But in order for us to get that actual story, we're going to need a Grogu series when he's much older later on. I think that's what's needed to get that backstory like in detail.
Right, and then the other thing was, how come R2-D2 didn't freak out or at least get excited when he saw the Naboo fighter? Like, I know
Remember, it was wiped.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was wiped, but there's some semblance of whatever that experience was still in his system, right? Because he had.
Well, but that's why he came out to meet him, though.
I don't think that was that big of a deal, really. I mean,
radar.
Naboo fighters, and plus it was upgraded, so it wasn't.
Yeah, it was completely stripped, but he did come out to meet him.
Yeah, he did find him friendly.
Yeah, and he led him to Ahsoka, and he saw him as a friend. So,
all right. So with all those explanations, are you still sticking with the no grade?
No grade. Then the other one is if Grogu was one foundling or one youngling that survived the massacre, were there others?
Yes.
Well, that's assuming he chose the lightsaber,
so.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're counting Star Wars Visions as canon, JGL survived.
Okay.
I don't know if Star Wars Visions is canon.
Just say if we're counting it as canon, JGL survived. He became a rock star.
He did. So they are making a series out of one of those.
Yeah, because someone would have came to the temple during the whole attack and at least save a few younglings.
Yeah.
Wait, when did the Star Wars Visions getting their own series?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making either a movie or a series out of one of them.
Oh shit! I want to know the duel. Has to be the duel.
Actually, what was duel? I was listed on there.
Which one's the duel?
The samurai one. The one that you're like, it's cool, but the story's been told.
Oh yeah.
I like that one, dude. The duel is dope. I'm sorry, Red. I totally cut you off.
You're okay. You're okay. But yeah, I just can't wait to see that part of the history. Maybe they'll flesh it out even more. But right now, for me, it's a no grade. But it's looking good to be a 9.8 after this.
All right. What about you, E-Man?
I'm with Luke. I'm giving it a 9.6. It was a fantastic episode. Seeing Mando care about Grogu, understanding Mando has rules that he's got to follow, seeing Ahsoka, seeing Luke and Ahsoka interact, just seeing, Ahsoka is one of the few people in the whole entire Star Wars lore that has seen both Anakin and Luke Skywalker. That's deep. That holds a special meaning in Star Wars lore, But I give it a 9.6 because this was the Book of Boba Fett. This wasn't a Mandalorian story, but we were getting a Mandalorian, Luke, Grogu, Ahsoka story. And then towards the end, we got a little bit of a Boba Fett story, So it's kind of like this episode could have fit perfectly. And that's why I said earlier that this would be, the last two episodes of Boba Fett were fantastic season 3 Mandalorian episodes. That's how I see it. And there is a big enough tie, but this show wasn't about Boba Fett.
Yep.
And that's why I'm taking points away, because the focus is supposed to be on Boba Fett and what he needs, not his soldiers, not his lieutenants, not what they're going through. It's what Boba needs. And Boba needs a lot more than Ty Ice T at the moment, man. That guy, there's a lot more needed in this show to bring it back to life.
Did they call an audible? Did they call an audible mid-season with Boba?
It feels like it. See, that's my issue with it. Is yes, these last two episodes were fan-fucking-tastic, but they were not Boba Fett stories.
Were they like, it's not getting the reception we want, let's switch it?
No,
I think that they filmed the first 4 episodes and they realized this is not what we are. What we're putting out is not going to be good. So they were like, we've got to throw in Mando in this.
Because
Like-
Pedro Pascal is a god dang gem. I mean, the guy, I love his acting. Tamora Morrison, he's like a physical actor. Like, put his helmet on and have him kick some ass.
Yeah.
See, like seeing Boba Fett in Mandalorian was awesome because we're gonna get the badass. But seeing Boba Fett's own story, and I mentioned this earlier, I mentioned this, a while back. I feel like the Boba Fett TV show was just rushed, and
Well, we got
shows.
we got the sickly uncle.
Yeah,
We did, but he got better at the.
he's healed now.
I know, but we didn't get to see any healed, awesome, ass kicking action.
Right, that we might get this last episode, but then he still has to fight a whole army of the Pike Mafia, Pike Mob. But he's only got about Fennec Shan, a Black Chrysanthemum, Mandalorian himself,
the fucking Power Rangers.
Power Rangers in the fucking speeder bike. And his whole tribe of not Jawas, but
Jawas.
Sand people are dead.
Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, the Tusken Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe that ninja chick is still out there. But what other muscle do you need? Well, other than the monster down in the pit.
Oh,
the Rancor.
Oh, the Rancor. Yeah.
And Danny Trejo.
Fucking, I don't even understand that cameo. Danny Trejo's cameo was like, okay, it's
No,
Danny
it was
Trejo.
needed. I think in order to get Robert.
He's the
Rodriguez.
trainer, the Rancor.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It was a Robert Rodriguez produced episode.
so
that's right.
Two
Yeah.
Robert
Yeah.
Rodriguez produced the directed episodes were just filler episodes, and the other ones that had the story, the even
Dave
number
Filoni and Bryce. What's the name?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah.
Yeah, those ones that fleshed out the rest of the story for Boba Fett.
It
You
was.
can see what happened after the Sarlacc pit.
So next episode is gonna be the final episode of the season. Are we gonna get?
Right.
Are we gonna get more
I think
Boba
so.
Fett or?
You have to.
Yeah, we have to. We have to finish out whatever this war or whatever that they're trying to do.
So realistically speaking, then, okay, realistically speaking, since we're kind of used to, now honestly, I'm kind of used to 4 to 6 season shows where they don't get dragged out for too long. How many seasons of Boba Fett do you guys realistically see going, and how many seasons of Mandalorian do you realistically see going?
So you haven't been watching our shows, have you?
It's been
We asked the same question like last week.
Oh shit! I didn't watch it last week. I
3.
apologize.
3. I think
Okay,
Luke
for
said-
3 for Boba and 3 for Mando.
No, Matt,
Mando's
we didn't
decent.
answer Mando.
Mandalorian could go 10 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe this is just a little side story for the Mandalorian because they probably do want to concentrate the whole Mandalorian lore and the Dark Saber storyline.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude,
that's right.
I just had the craziest thought. So, Grogu's going to choose Mando. Luke is going to bring him back to Tatooine. So, is Luke going to... Are we going to get Luke in a fight?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit!
'Cause remember, I did ask you guys last week. Like,
I didn't think
I'd
about
like to
that.
see Han Solo because it's in the same timeline. Where
And then we're going to see Han Solo!
Wait, yeah. There's rumors that he's supposed to be coming back too. I've heard a rumor that Han might be coming back for something, and that they're going to
Dude,
de-age
it's
Harrison
sweet.
Ford.
Yeah, I know. I don't think they're going to do that much, but
It was Luke that dropped Boba Fett into the Sarlacc pit, right? Or was that Han Solo?
No, it was Jabba.
It was so. It wasn't Jabba who dropped Boba Fett. No, it was Han. Han.
Yeah, it was Han.
Han accidentally turned around with the stick. Boba Fett where? He turned around and he hit his jetpack.
Yeah, then they
Right
flew
to the
up
Sarlacc.
and into the Sarlacc pit.
Oh shit! Are
But-
we gonna get a round 2 Boba and Han?
No, I doubt that. But the thing is, like, we've talked about. We've mentioned in the past episodes. Why would Luke help Boba when he froze his best friend?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But then
Yeah.
again, that's attachment, Jedi. Like you know.
That's true. Yeah.
Gonna listen to Grogu, and then he knows that the Din Djarin is a great guy, and then there's no reason for Luke Skywalker to help Boba Fett.
Wait a minute. I don't think that he's going to release. Hold on, wait. You're making me think here. I don't think Luke's going to willingly release Grogu into the hands of Mando if he's siding with Boba at the moment. Remember, technically, he's kind of a hired gun for Boba, though he's doing it for free.
True.
He's doing it. He's going to back up Boba. So yeah. Is Luke going to release Grogu into the hands of Mando, knowing that he's backing up Boba Fett, who fucking captured Han? That is a fantastic question.
We'll find out in the next episode, I guess. Dun, dun, dun.
We get to see this guy in chainmail.
Oh, dude, yeah, it can't make sense. Luke can't do that. He can't release him to him. Luke's dumb for making him choose.
I forgot the other question. I just remembered it. Who picked up Yoda's lightsaber at the end of the Palpatine fight, and how did Luke come about having it?
That was a huge plot point, wasn't it? That was a plot hole.
Yeah, but I mean, who knows?
It's Star Wars. It's Star Wars.
Yeah,
how did Maz get Luke's lightsaber?
Yeah,
you know.
Didn't she have his hand too, or no?
What's her name? Maz Kanata?
Something
Maz
like
Kanata,
that.
Yeah. Well, how did she get this? So then, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, it happened to land in the hands of someone.
Yeah.
Plot hole.
Here's the thing that I've realized that Disney's messing up. We need to see Boba in his helmet, and we need to see Mando without the helmet. I don't understand why they keep using the actor's face when we all love Boba with the helmet.
And we all know that Pedro Pascal wants to take off his helmet.
Yeah. Come on, Pedro Pascal is like this like sexy Latin man, and like, you know what I mean? Like, use the face. Tamora, it's just an old
cowboy on the Kingsman sequel.
So up until this last episode, speaking of Pedro, I was not 100% convinced that Pedro Pascal was actually voicing Mandalorian. You mean to tell me the same guy who was in in Game of Thrones, who was in Wonder Woman, who's got a very distinctive accent, is playing this really cool, calm and collected Mandalorian who's got this very American style, accent.
You didn't see Kingsman?
Which one? I saw the first Kingsman. I didn't watch any of the other ones.
He was like in one of the sequels, yeah.
Yeah, he had a cowboy accent.
Oh,
he was in Narcos too. Don't forget that.
So there was something that Mando said in the last episode where I was like, oh shit, okay, now I hear Pedro. It was just something simple that he said, and the way he rolled his R, I was like, oh, okay, this is Pedro. So Pedro is doing a fucking fantastic job in voicing.
Do you think he's actually doing, like, is he only voicing, or do you think he's actually him in that suit?
No, I think he's in the suit. You know why? It's the same fucking walk. He walks, no offense, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but he does kind of walk like a female. Mimi even noticed it. If you watch the way he paces,
Mahomes?
he kind of has this sway to him. It looks quite feminine now. There are times where I'm like, that honestly, it's kind of sexy right now. Hold on, wait.
There was also a female body double.
There was. Yeah.
Oh, there was? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I know the walk you're talking about. It's the Patrick Mahomes walk.
Yeah, like
there's a lot of sway and a lot of shoulders.
Yeah, like he's
it's subtle.
Halfway in the Wild Wild West, and she's trying to, have caps on.
No, Timothy Olyphant walks like that. Like, he's in the Wild West. But Mando's got this sexy kind of like subtle sway. Okay.
It's kind of like he was perfect as the Red Viper in Game of Thrones, because that's what it kind of is. It's kind of like deadly, like you don't know where he's coming from.
Maybe it's Patrick Mahomes this whole time. That's why he was. That's why they're not in the Super Bowl. He was too
Celebrities
focused on Star Wars.
celebrities have been known to play some characters in Star Wars. Just
Yeah.
Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper. Kevin Smith was a big dude. That made no sense, but
Who's the guy was from Shaun of the Dead? Also on Star Trek.
Simon Pegg. Yeah.
He played that. He played
1/4 portion.
that guy.
How much for the droid? I'll
Do you guys think that
60 portions? Oh shit!
Jennifer
I did that pretty
Beals-
good.
Do you think Jennifer Beals' character is still alive?
No,
Yes.
no.
Why yes and why no?
I want to know Luke's. My explanation is simple. She fucking got blown up. The bomb was right next to her face. She went boom. Luke, why is she still alive?
No, she's too smart for that. I think she had some sort of protection device or.
Are you thinking Star Trek again, Luke? This is you're
No,
not supposed to do. Luke,
He's reasoning with
separate your nerddom, please.
Star Wars
No,
has force fields.
I'm
They
gonna.
weren't
I'm
used.
messing with that and playing with you, Luke.
They weren't used. This is actually a good point. In one of the books, they used force fields, and then they stopped using them because people were shooting and they were bouncing back and killing them.
Yeah, the roller droids in Episode 1 had force fields.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Deflector ray or deflector shields.
Yeah.
I think she had a force field. I really do. And if she's dead, I'm sad.
Locus falls in the attack position.
Because
I don't think-
was fucked.
Or she was a hologram.
No, it's not a hologram. No.
Oh, what if she's a hologram? Dun, dun, dun.
She's alive. It's going to be one of those things where they cut to the first episode, or the next episode. The first scene is going to show right before it blows up, and she's like, "Run!" and then she gets away.
Hold on, let's see. All right, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna look at IMDb.
Well, they got
and see.
an army, right? So you got the marshal being shot. You had the casino owner almost blown up. So maybe these two are the catalyst to having more people fight with them to fight the Pike.
That's true. Yeah.
So just real fast, talking about ratings from earlier. So Boba Fett episode 1 was a 7.4. Episode 2 or chapter 2 is 8.3. Chapter 3 was 6.4. Chapter 4 was 7.6. I think chapter 2 was rated pretty high. I don't think it should have been 8.3. That shit was still kind of boring. And then the last 2 episodes with Mando was 9.4 and 9.6. So I think Luke and I win because we were like right on, spot on with that last episode.
What's
So
your
good.
rating? Okay.
One last question though. As you're watching the show and they got Timothy Oliphant in there, did you guys think that maybe Gina Carano's character was going to show up last
No.
minute? I got a vibe that maybe they're going to throw her out there.
No.
Okay.
I didn't.
No?
However, isn't there rumors that she may be coming back too?
Yeah, that she already made nice, like on the quiet.
Yeah. Which I honestly don't understand, like the whole situation with her. But
Well, I thought we weren't getting that kind of that episode today or yesterday because I thought it was going to go on to the Mandalorian. But yeah, anything could happen for the next one.
yeah, I'm with you, Red. I was really thinking like the last episode, like chapter 5, the Return of the Mando.
Yeah.
I thought that was it, and that we're
I'm
gonna
gonna go straight to the fight.
yes,
We're gonna see Mando arrive back from wherever Grogu was.
yeah. I'm with you on that. I was thoroughly just okay. It's cool. We get to see him just one last time, until then.
Yeah, when you think about it, it doesn't really make sense because he was in Tatooine. He was asked to help, but then he's like, I got to go do something first.
Yeah,
you couldn't
that's
just
true.
do that after?
Well, yeah, that
They will fight. They're gonna well, we're gonna fight. We're gonna have a war about what tomorrow.
wars take months to kind of like put together. I'll be back in about 20 minutes, man. Don't worry about it. I got some shit to do right quick.
Side
I'm
quest just to go see a kid, and maybe say goodbye to him just in case he gets killed.
I'm gonna hit up Pookie right
Okay.
quick. I'll be right back, and if shit's going down, I'll just jump in. All right.
Go with some kid. got child support visit.
Grogu, I want you to have this just in case I die tomorrow during this war.
That makes sense, I guess.
Hey,
He's like,
hey,
just in case I don't make it through, right?
Oh, I got someone that can help us out. Hold on, this little kid's got something special about him. I'll be right back. Let me go get him right quick. And lift people up and throw them all over the place.
Yeah, well, that'd be great.
Oh shit, that's probably what's gonna happen, right? Grogu's gonna be like, start throwing fucking people all over.
I did like when they were like, Luke's like, let's take a walk, and he's just like gently like making him jump.
Yeah,
I know, just like
He's like, you walking too slow. Here, let me put you up ahead.
he's all trying to
pretty
teach this kid, talking all deep. Let me talk to you about someone named Yoda. He's lifting like fucking Luke. I don't think he understands as much as you think he understands.
Then he gets quick up, he gets shot with that little remote thing. You start jumping around like a fucking.
I laughed when he got blasted by the remote bot. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, that shit was funny.
You got a picture like of Gizmo and Yoda right there.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all like the show. I'm also gonna go with you guys.
Yeah, what's your rating?
I'm gonna give it a 9.6 too.
Yeah.
Not quite 9.8, but it's close enough, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It honestly, if this episode was in Mandalorian, I would give it a 9.8. I really would, but because this was an episode in the world of Boba Fett, 9.6, just because it wasn't about Boba Fett.
Gotcha.
where's Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Training
more
with his Rancor, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's why we're not seeing him. He's training with the Rancor. He's bonding. You know, him and the Rancor keeper.
Danny Trejo or bonding with
Machete.
That would be also if his name was Machete in the Star Wars universe.
Machete, the Rancor trainer.
It would fall in line with it.
He's just gonna go in there topless with his fucking strap of knives.
There he is. They call him L, as in the. Are you a Mexican or a Mexicant? I'm a Mexican. Daddy, dude, I love that guy.
Oh yeah, icon.
Fucking walking around. What's up, you? Fuck you.
Yeah, icon. He's just an icon living.
Oh my god, dude! What was that one?
We need more Danny Trejo in the Star Wars
universe. Dude, we need to. I want to go back and watch Machete in space just because of how fucking ridiculous that is now. Fucking whoopsie.
Wait, was that an actual sequel, right?
I think it was an actual sequel or like another one of Robert Rodriguez's like
short films,
grindhouse film. Yeah,
Weird films like Will Ferrell's Casa de Mi Padre, where
Machete kills in space. Where is it? I'm trying to find some information about it. Oh wait, hold on. I don't think it was even released. Fans won't stop asking Robert Rodriguez for Machete Kills in Space. I don't think it was released yet.
Oh, maybe it was just a trailer or something, like a little teaser trailer thing.
January 15. Hold on. Oh no! So I'm looking at a tweet from Danny Trejo. Hey, Machete finally made it into space. Star Wars. It was a great working with Tamura Morrison and others on the Book of Boba Fett.
All right, guys.
Fill the hole.
I think we can call it a night now. Man's just gonna keep going on with the Danny Trejo voice.
He's gonna get a.
Hey man, fuck you, issue. Don't be talking to me like that. Okay, I'll stop.
Even for the other show.
Hey, Red, that probably be one of the voices. I'll be reading Spawn like that. Dude, do you imagine that shit? Me reading Spawn like a vato, man. Fuck you, we'll kill you. Some of these motherfuckers, man. Fuck you, violator. I got you. Fuck you, Issy. Okay, control your show, AJ.
We're done. Again, thanks you for coming on, watching our show. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you know when we're on. Again, let's make sure you tell all your friends about the show. Follow us on Instagram, AJ the Comic Collector, C-List E-Man, C-List Villains Red, Luke Weeks. Follow Luke's Facebook group, RKFA Comics, and his website is rkfacomics.com.
But Gallows Man.
No, we're not talking about that book. We're not talking about that book.
Don't worry, Red. Don't worry. We'll talk about it. But Gallows Me.
And lastly, make sure you follow the C-List Villains IGs, C-List Villains, and the C-List Villains podcast. And Red, what's our hotline?
209-975-7597.
All right. Miss So, yes, we are goofballs. We want you on the show, so whenever you're ready, you're going to be our 5th member.
Oh,
wow. Already out there in the universe.
It's out there. We miss you, Miss. I miss you, Miss. So we all miss you, Miss. So. Oh, hold on, wait. Miss So's been here. Shit, wait, hold on. I miss you.
You haven't been here.
I haven't been here. Fuck.
You miss school, you miss out.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Thanks again for listening to another episode of the C-List Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at clistvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join Luke Week's Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. And you can follow us on our 2 Instagram accounts, C-List Villains and C-List Villains Podcast. Lastly, follow the villains on their separate IG accounts, at Luke Weeks, at C-List Villainous Red, at C-List E-Man, and I am at AJ the Comic Collector. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next episode.